In a crime that sounds like it came straight from a Hollywood thriller, 21-year-old Harrison Jones drove across multiple states to confront a man he had never met in person. His target? A Pennsylvania resident who had one simple connection to him, talking to his ex-girlfriend online. But what should have been just an exchange of words turned into something much more dangerous when Harrison Jones arrived at the man's home, with fire. What led to this shocking act of revenge? What happened the night the flames went up? And how did police finally catch up to the man who thought he could get away? Let's break it all down. This was not just a case of arson. This was attempted murder. According to the Bensalem Police Department, 21-year-old Harrison Jones from Rockford, Michigan, set fire to a two-story single-family Pennsylvania home in the middle of the night. While 6 innocent people were trapped inside, the flames spread fast, engulfing the house in minutes, and as the fire raged, a mother's instincts became the only thing standing between life and death. "It's a miracle they all survived," said Public Safety Director William McVeigh. But survival didn't come easy. As smoke filled the home, the mother heard noises that didn't sound right. Crackling, the faint smell of smoke creeping through the air. And when she realized what was happening, she sprang into action, waking up her family and guiding them to safety. With no time to spare, some family members were even forced to jump out of second-story windows to escape the burning house. It was pure chaos, a nightmare they'll never forget. But while the family made it out, not everyone did. 2 beloved family dogs, Trey and Jett, were unable to escape the flames. The fire took their lives before rescuers could reach them, turning what was already a horrifying night into an unimaginable tragedy. But what could drive a young man to commit such a violent and reckless act? The answer, police say, started with a simple online conversation and quickly spiraled into a dangerous obsession. Let's break down how investigators tracked down the man responsible for this senseless crime. With the home reduced to ashes and a family left traumatized, Bensalem Fire Rescue and police detectives wasted no time launching an investigation. The fire wasn't an accident, it was arson. And with no immediate suspects, the only clue they had was a grainy surveillance image of a black sedan pulling up to the home just before dawn. The footage captured the vehicle stopping at 5 a.m. A shadowy figure stepped out, moving towards the back of the house, where officials say he stayed for over 10 minutes. Then suddenly, the suspect was seen running back to the car, seconds before the house exploded into flames. In an instant, what should have been a quiet Pennsylvania morning turned into a nightmare. As investigators pieced together the evidence, a crucial lead emerged: 21-year-old Harrison Jones. Not only did he match the suspect's description, but when police caught up with him, he had visible burns on his arm, a sign that he had been dangerously close to the fire he started. But why would a man drive over 730 miles, more than 11 hours, just to commit such a reckless act? The answer, investigators say, starts with a toxic love triangle. Jones was the ex-boyfriend of a Michigan woman who had recently started an online relationship with one of the men living in the Bensalem house. That relationship was supposed to take a new step forward, as Jones had allegedly agreed to drive his ex to Pennsylvania so she could meet her new romantic interest at a local hotel. But something changed. Instead of making that trip, Jones drove to Bensalem alone, carrying nothing but rage and, according to police, murderous intentions. Authorities spent 2 days hunting for the suspect. The break came when they traced the black sedan back to Jones. Detectives managed to track the vehicle, entering and exiting the township. As it passed through an intersection with automated license plate readers, ALPR, installed, the 2021 black Volkswagen Passat was traced back to Brian Jones, who lives at the same address as the suspect Jones. Suspect Jones was then identified as the ex-boyfriend of the female, officers added, per the release. Armed with evidence, with assistance from the Kent County Sheriff's Office in Michigan, investigators moved quickly, securing an arrest warrant for Jones's residence, and officers seized the car, as well as lock-picking devices, a cell phone, and a computer. When the Kent County Sheriff's Office made contact with him, he also had what appeared to be burns on his arm. The police claim the man who thought he could commit a crime and simply drive back home is now behind bars, facing the consequences of his actions. With overwhelming evidence against him, Harrison Jones is now facing the full weight of the law. After the Bucks County District Attorney's Office gave approval for an arrest warrant for the suspect, officials have charged him with 6 counts of attempted homicide, arson, and multiple related offenses. Right now, he sits in custody, awaiting extradition back to Pennsylvania. where he will stand trial for traveling over 700 miles and 11 plus hours each way to commit crimes that nearly took 6 innocent lives. But while Jones awaits his fate, the Zelensky family is left picking up the pieces of a life completely shattered by this senseless act. Andrew and Stacy Zelensky, their 2 children, Alex and Ava, and Stacy's parents, Joe and Karen Wendowski, lost everything: their home, their belongings, their memories, and most heartbreakingly, their beloved dogs, Trey and Jett. Our family members are currently going through a horrendous time in their lives. If you have animals, you know they are a part of your family, and they meant everything to this family. Those words shared by a family member capture the pain of this devastating loss. And Stacy, the mother who heroically saved her family that night, risked everything, even running back inside to try and rescue their dogs. But as the smoke thickened and her body began to fail, she had no choice but to jump from the second-story window, barely escaping with her life. And if that wasn't heartbreaking enough, this family has already endured so much. Stacy has spent the past 3 years fighting a relentless battle with cancer, coming close to losing her life more than once. Just when they thought they were finally seeing light at the end of the tunnel, tragedy struck again, taking their home, their cherished pets, and every possession they had worked so hard for. Despite everything, the Zelenskys are not alone. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers have come together to help them rebuild. A GoFundMe has been set up to support their recovery, reminding us all that even in the face of tragedy, kindness and compassion still shine through. But what's next for Harrison Jones? Will justice be served for the Zelensky family? And will this shocking act of revenge lead to a life sentence behind bars? Let's take a look at what comes next in this unfolding case. This is a family's worst nightmare: to be asleep in their home, not knowing that a stranger broke in and attempted to take their lives by setting their home on fire. Bucks County District Attorney Jennifer Shorn told Fox, 29. This family suffered such inconceivable loss. This defendant's actions are incomprehensible, and he will be held accountable. While no amount of justice can undo the pain this family has endured, the community continues to rally behind them. In addition to the GoFundMe, a fundraiser has also been launched with the Philadelphia Animal Welfare Society to honor Trey and Jett. In recognition of their heroism, PAWS is creating a plaque to dedicate one of their kennels in their memory, ensuring that their bravery will never be forgotten. This tragedy is a sobering reminder of how quickly life can change at the hands of someone consumed by rage, but it's also a testament to the strength of a family, a mother's instinct to protect, and a community's ability to come together in the darkest times. Justice will take its course, and while the road ahead won't be easy, the Zelenskys will not walk it alone. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.